I'm called upon to conclude. Yet it's not the end of the day. We began by concluding at about 10:20 this morning. We haven't actually got a conclusion to the project either. So I think my conclusion is that the work is still in progress. And, well, I'll respond to the invitation to be provocative from Rob, so here goes. Well, firstly, only one slide to show, and that is using a little application that only ICT can do. You could not have done it by hand, and it's called Wordle. In time it may become as familiar as Google, and it may be as overused as some other applications. But right now, I and many other people find it absolutely fascinating. I took the 5 guidelines that we produced and pasted the text into this thing called Wordle, and then it automatically, within seconds, generates a frequency list and displays them in a very simple way to see exactly what we've been talking about. And so the machine has done this, but I think, obviously some of the words are far too small, but almost that one picture, word picture if you like, brings out some of the issues and challenges and opportunities facing libraries and lifelong learning. In some ways it's the small words there that matter, just reading across left to right. Impact funding schools, new digital, national, evaluation, literacy, European development, staff, role, cooperation, use, culture. And the word also I found quite interesting. I wonder if that's a way of we in the kind of librarian teaching world hedge our bets. We say, oh, also, and another thing, which is perhaps not as aggressive as we need to be really strong advocates, but it's strange that that word came up so often. But the big words, of course, are shouting at us. And to me, there's a worry, in one way, that the word library and libraries dominates everything else. As I said, to be provocative, why concentrate on the building and underneath all those little words, which is much more exciting, and the kind of things which politicians may well buy into?
And in the coming months, we have 4 groups, at least I have 4 groups now to meet on national level, and my intention was to take some framework. I know maybe it needs more explanation and so on, but there are also big public libraries that are, it's not too complicated. They heard a few times we had I'd say a too big system.
And we certainly, the learning with the Inspiring Learning for All, which was the framework that it was based on, the original website that we launched back in 2003, I think when we reviewed it last year, it was quite a complicated website. There are actually over 300 pages to it, so you know, it was difficult to find your way through it. So we've reduced it by about 70%, I think, just to keep it really simple. Because we say it's a self-help tool, somebody...
Experiences, how do you attract people to use ICT, and our library is the only actors who should organize things.
In Vienna, we have not a very good and innovative courses for we say everyday skills, and they also give I think 1 time a week for 90 minutes. 3 courses for computer and ICT user, and it's really well attended because it's.
But when your libraries offer training or a service, any type of service, how is it promoted? within the community. How do you reach the people to come and take and make use of that service?
We do face-to-face.
Face-to-face.
Sitting together. Well, but I do.
And the librarians are sitting down together, thinking of what they can do together. And the focus is on the pupil, not so much on the library or the school, what we want to give the pupils, considering lifelong learning. And another, often school libraries in Finland, they have often very old books. And so then the librarians from the city library, they come in and take away all the old and tell them you have to get new. So that, for example, schools, primary and secondary level, quite traditional, adult learning centers and distance learning providers. And then after I had made this